Good morning, YouTube. It's your boy David Yeti, man, back with another video on this Monday morning. So, what's on my mind today is what are we doing? Right? Like, what are we doing? What do you want to do with your life? I think too many of us go through life like an accident, not intentional. It's not planned. You know, your thought process, your moves are not calculated. You're not being resourceful. You're not tapping into the opportunities around you. And I don't think you're happy with that. You're not happy with yourself, and you're not happy with where you are in life. Not being happy with where you are in life doesn't mean that you're not appreciative and you're not thankful for the things that you do have and the opportunities that you do have, right? What I'm learning about myself is not only do I have a ton of untapped potential, but I've allowed myself to not feel the pain enough. Let me explain what I mean. I was talking to my cousin the other day. Shout out to you, cuz. I was talking to my cousin, and we hadn't talked in quite some time. And she is one of my favorite cousins. I'm just going to call it what it is. She is real as it gets. She's authentic. She's sweet. She's a firecracker, and I love her, right? And she was telling me about my grandmother. So my grandmother is, I want to say, about 78 years old, almost in her 80s. She used to own a daycare center, a home daycare. She worked at for at least 30, if not 40 years, right? She worked her ass off. I remember being one of the students in her daycare when I was younger, about 4 or 5 years old, in her pre-K program. And she was one of the first entrepreneurs in our entire family, and definitely on this side of our family that lives in Alabama still, right? And now she retired a little while ago. I believe it was probably about maybe 6 to 7 years ago. She retired. So obviously when you retire, your income is not the same as it was during your working years. She was not married, so just her, okay? Now, my grandmother worked for, let's call it 45 years. She ran her own business. She was self-employed. And now she had to downsize, as most people do when they retire. So she downsized. But when she downsized that, I don't like it. I don't like where she lives. And I'm gonna get her out of that. I'm gonna get her out of that. I'm gonna retire her, and I'm gonna make sure that she enjoys the, fourth quarter of her life, her 10, 15 years, her next 10, 15 years. I hope that, she has an opportunity to enjoy it as much as I want her to, right? But hope is not a strategy. It's not. So with that being said, if I want to retire my grandmother the right way, if I want to retire my mom, or if it's an aunt or whoever it is for you, right? This shit is bigger than me. It's bigger than what I want. It's not just about me. I'm going to get everything I want. It's not just about my wife. It's not just about my kids. It's not just about my immediate family, brothers and sisters and stuff, man. This is bigger than all of us, because not only do I have an opportunity to change my life and my entire household life, I have an opportunity to change my entire family tree trajectory, right? That's really the truth. And if that doesn't get you fired up, if that doesn't get you motivated, if that doesn't get you, get your water boiling, right? I don't know what will. Here's an example. And I shared this with my team earlier on the call, and I hope that the message was, received the right way, and I hope that they can glean something from it, right? There's not too many things that we truly have control over in life. And I liken success and the place that you want to go in life as a very fruitful garden, right? And in this garden, it has everything that you personally like, whether or not it's, honeydew, strawberries, grapes, apples, oranges, tangerines, cantaloupe. The list can go on and on. It can be a fig tree, whatever it is that you want. Picture those things that you like as your garden, right? And in this garden, you might have tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, squash, zucchini, everything, right? And it all starts with a seed. Obviously, a fruit tree or a veggie tree or whatever starts with a seed, okay? But even before you plant the seed, the soil has to be prepped correctly, right? You have to make sure that it has the right type of minerals in the soil and that you're actually growing, in the right environment as well. So certain flowers and plants grow better in certain seasons. You can say seasons of your life, right? Whether or not, and then, literally speaking, spring, fall, literal flowers grow in some areas and they don't grow in other areas. So I think a lot of times we may be trying to grow the wrong, put the wrong seed in the wrong environment, right? That doesn't even grow in that area. So assuming that you are in the right environment and that you're focusing on the right things you want to grow and that you have the right seed to plant, now you have to pick the correct location. To me, picking the correct soil is making sure that I identify the biggest things, the key things that's going to have the biggest impact on my life. Okay. Now I've identified these areas. I'm in the right environment. I got the soil. Now I have to plant this seed. So I plant the seed, and obviously it's not going to grow unless I water it every day. So watering it every day can be, for example, I want to move into cybersecurity. I want to become a cloud engineer. Okay. That means every day I have to water the seed of becoming a cloud engineer with studying, practical projects, networking, right? Reaching out to different events, working on my resume, interview practice questions, simulation of attacks, internships, whatever the case may be. I'm watering this thing every day. And then what happens is life is like pests that are trying to come into your garden. It may be, I'm in Atlanta, we have baby chipmunks. They're so cute, but they are a nuisance to gardens. Deers, I love them, right? I don't deer hunt. I think they're majestic, but they will get into a garden and they will tear it up, okay? Weeds, okay? Pest. Now, for this garden, certain gardens, you use different protection. It may be a cage. That's why people have greenhouses too, to protect their gardens, right? Nevertheless, it is your job to protect your seed, to protect the progress and the growth that you've had. And you got to continue to water it every day. You got to keep the people and the things, and more importantly, the mindsets that are harmful to your garden. You have to keep them properly guarded. That's the truth, right? So, for example, if I spent the last 5 years gaining enough experience to get a certain opportunity, okay? I get that opportunity. I've laid down the groundwork. I've prepped the soil, got the experience. Now I plant the seed and I get an opportunity. Okay, now I have a chance for my garden to grow. I work, I grind, I meet my numbers, I network, I continue to learn the products. I'm getting better and better every day. That's me watering the seed. The seed begins to grow. Then things happen. Changes happen in the organization. Maybe people move teams. Maybe a manager leaves, right? Maybe the commission structures change. Whatever the case may be, those things are happening to get into your garden, to take what is rightfully yours. It's your job to protect it. Do I spray pesticides? Do I put a cage over it? Do I, if I'm growing, like if I have a cornfield, maybe I need to put some scarecrows out there or something to keep the crows away, right? I'm doing different things to protect what I've earned already to this point. And if I want a fully functioning garden, I have to be willing to do whatever it takes to protect my mind, to protect my accomplishments, to continue to fuel, and flame, right? Continue to fan the flames, rather, keep that fire going, keep watering my garden so it can grow. And guess what? There are going to be times where there are droughts and it's not going to rain. So I can't rely on the universe per se. I can't rely on outside external forces to water my garden. I got to water my garden. I got to do it. It's nobody else's responsibility but mine. I got to protect it. I can't worry about whether or not this person and that person is doing A, B, and C. I got to do that because it's my garden. It's what I want to happen. It's my accomplishments. It's the things that I want to accomplish. So I leave you with this. Find those deep-rooted whys. Why the reason that you're doing what you're doing? What was the reason for you to get started in the first place? Can you tie those goals to other people outside of yourself? Yes, you're going to get you. Yes, you're going to make sure your kid's good. Yes, you're going to make sure you take care of your loved ones. But what are some external things, too, that you could tie to those internal goals? Like right now, we recently just had a storm here. Hurricane Helene hit, came from Florida, came all the way up to Georgia, tore up the East Coast. There's still homes and schools flooded 15 minutes away from where I live right now. I want to donate. I want to be able to help people and stuff like that, man. I need the resources in order to do that. Yeah, I'm going to donate my time, but I want to be able to help out families. I want to be able to help children, right, that maybe lost everything in the floods and different things like that. Like, I want to be able to do that. I want to retire my people. I want to look out for my family. So in order for me to do that, I have to do what I need to do, and I have to protect my garden by all costs. And guess what? The more I protect it, the more it grows, the more seeds I plant, the more I continue to water those seeds, the more results I have, and the more fruitful I become. And I continue to multiply, and now I can help out other people, and I can give them game, and we can, shop together, and we can get money together, and we can bust down bags, and we can continue to level up, and we can continue to grow. So I hope that this Mindset Monday episode reach you, right? And I'm going to come to you every Monday with what's on my heart. It's not scripted. I didn't write any of this down. No, man, like, this is just what I feel, and I hope that you bring some value from this video. I hope this video adds value into your life. I hope that you can take something from it and be able to implement it into your life. It's Monday morning, man. It's September 30th. Like, we stick our time. Let's get out here and get it. Like, it's no time to waste and to play. All right? You with me? You following me? Let's get it, man. Until next time, look, subscribe to the channel. All right, like this video, share it with a friend, share it with somebody that you feel that needs it. Share it with them, even if you don't feel like they need it, right? I hope that this video adds value into your life, man. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.